Good day everyone. Today I will discuss the lesson 2 in integrated marketing communication, which is the IMC Marketing Plans. The learning objective in this topic are as follows. Discuss the role of the marketing plan. Discuss what does a marketing plan do. Discuss definition of research. Describe the creative strategy and the marketing plan. The need for an integrated marketing communication plan is greater than ever. If you want to build and maintain more positive and engaging relationship between customer and the companies. As the world becomes increasingly more digitized and connected, communication between consumers and the businesses is changing. Consumers are shifting the power structure, interacting with and influencing businesses more directly. What is integrated marketing communication plan? Integrated marketing communication plan allows you to leverage of the multiple components in the marketing universe to work smarter to address your customers' need. An integrated marketing communication plan or IMC plan incorporates market research, strategic planning, audience segmentation, marketing channel selection, creative briefs and campaign messaging, budgeting, ROI analysis, and a system for campaign metrics and evaluation to achieve maximum impact of marketing objectives. An IMC plan retains its theme and messaging consistently throughout a variety of media mediums, whether it's a magazine ad, or a press release, social media, or a company website. There are advantages of an integrated marketing communication plan. Developing an INC plan is an intensive and a tough process, but for as much work that goes into can reap multiple rewards. An effective plan can increase sales and profit margins and save on time and money within your organizations. An INC plan caters to consumers by tailoring communication to them throughout the decision-making and purchase process. This builds a stronger relationship with the customer and the providers, with a more seamless dialogue and image developed within the organization. Integrated marketing strategy have also demonstrated an increased ability to build brand loyalty. Building a more engaged customer base is a key to the long-term success of the organizations beyond their marketing departments. An IMC can also aid in raising profit through greater effectiveness of campaigns. The more unified the message an INC plan has, the more of an impact of an audience rather an endless stream of individual messages. In an increasingly noisy marketplace, the clear, consistent messages of an integrated plan have a more significant chance of being heard. Research in relation to IMC. Generally, research is the organized and systematic method of finding answer to the question. It is a systematic because it is a process broken up into clear steps that lead to conclusions. Research is organized because there is a planned structure or method used to reach conclusion. Research is only successful if we find answer, whether we like this answer or not. Development research is focused on relevant, useful, and important questions. If there are no questions, there can be no research. If government, businesses, institutions, labor organization, and society in general are to function efficiently and effectively, it is important that the decisions they make are based on valid and information and analysis. The search for this information is referred to as the research process. There may be an existing body of evidence, a prior research, or a study. You can make use of it. If there is not, there is a need for a research. Creative strategy and the IMC plan. Creative strategy is the intentional and strategic approach a company takes in developing and implementing steps that will ensure and support the business growth. Essentially, it is the outline or blueprint of how the end goals will ultimately be met. Your creative strategy provides the guiding principles for copywriters and art directors who are assigned to develop the advertisement. Within the context of that assignment, any ad that is then created should conform to that strategy, even if you switch agencies. A creative strategy contains moving parts. Each of these parts plays an integral role in meeting the goals that are set. The moving parts consist of detailed market research, an imaging plan, and effective strategic delivery. Within the IMC plan, the company carefully integrates and coordinates its communication channel to deliver clear and consistent messages about the organization and product or service. The plan involves getting a communication message to a customer. This message has to be clear, consistent, and compelling. The process of IMC is important for better managing communication mix with target audiences and maintaining the strong market position through brand differentiation. Planning provides direction for creating and delivering brand messages. It provides new opportunity for advertising agencies and for companies to create added value for their customers and ensures that the message being delivered to the customer and clients can be monitored every step of the way. There are 6 steps in IMC process. One is contextual or situational analysis. The first stage of the IMC planning process is to conduct a situational and contextual analysis. This can involve a SWOT analysis and an internal and external environmental analysis. Second one is the target market. You need to decide who your target markets are. Map them on a demographic and psychographic level. Then you need to decide what the benefits are to the consumer and why they would use the product. The third one is the communication objectives. The third step of the IMC planning process is to decide what the communication objectives are. These are objectives that your company wants to communicate to the public and their target audience. Some examples of these are develop brand awareness, change customer beliefs, enhance brand image, increase sales, and reinforce purchase decision. The fourth one is the budget. The type of budget that companies have can vary. This can be a percentage of sales, competitive partially, percentage of profit, a budget depending on objective and task and how much the company can afford. The fifth one is the marketing mix strategy. The marketing mix is selected in line with the communication objective and within the budget selected. And lastly, the evaluating the program. The final step of the IMC planning process is evaluating the program. This can be done by certain social media metrics, by analyzing online traffic with the use of Google Analytics, by sales and social media tools that allow you to track engagement with certain items. Developing effective ads, the creative strategy. Effective advertising starts with the same foundation component as any other IMC campaign. identifying the target audience and the objective for the campaign. When advertising is part of the broader IMC effort, it is important to consider the strategic role advertising will play relative to other marketing communications tools. With clarity around the target audience, campaign strategy, and the budget, the next step is to develop the creative strategy for developing compelling advertising. The creative strategy has two primary components: the message and the appeal. The message comes from the messaging framework. What message elements should be advertising convey to the customers? What should the key message be? What is the call to action? How should the brand promise be manifested in that ad? How will it position and differentiate the offering? With advertising, it's important to remember that the ad can communicate the message not only with the words but also potentially with the images, sound, tone, and the style. Marketers also need to consider existing public perception and other advertising and messages the company has placed in the market. Has the prior marketing activity with target audience? Should the next round of advertising reinforce what went before? Or it is time for the fresh new message, look, or a tone? Along with message, the creative strategy also identifies the appeal, or how the advertising will attract attention and influence person perceptions or behavior. Advertising appeals can take many forms, but they tend to fall into two categories. One is informational appeal, and the second one is emotional appeal. The informational appeal offers facts and information to help the target audience make a purchasing decision. It tries to generate attention using rational arguments and evidence to convince consumers to select a product, services, or a brand. These are the example of the informational appeal. And lastly, the emotional appeal target consumer emotional wants and need rather than rational logic and facts. It plays on conscious or subconscious desire, belief, fears, and insecurity to consumer and influence their behavior. The emotional appeal is linked to the feature and benefits provided by the product, but it creates connection with consumers at an emotional level rather than the rational level. Most marketers agree that emotional appeals are more powerful and differentiating than informational appeals. However, they must be executed well to seem authentic and credible to the target audience. These are the example of emotional appeal. Okay. That's all for today. Thank you.